going, YouTube? My name is Blake Yarbrough and welcome back. Today we've got an early review to share with you guys, and it's on a sneaker. Griffey's gonna jump in real early. It's on a sneaker that is set to release next week, the Jordan 1 Light Fusion Red. Now this sneaker is set to release next week on June 12th. It has been loaded into the sneakers app and it's an interesting colorway. It's light fusion red, which essentially is pink. And then we've got this laser orange, or like a darker yellow, kind of golden yellow color here on the upper. And then also we've got an extra set of laces, which I'm gonna get to a little bit later. We will show you what every single lace looks like in the sneaker. And I'm really excited to show you guys because honestly, it threw me off when I switched the laces each time. It really threw me off on which one was my favorite. So we'll get into that a little bit later in the video. But first, I did want to take a second and thank everyone that's in the military in the United States. This past weekend was Memorial Day, and I wanted to make sure that I gave a shout out to anybody that's active or retired military. I really appreciate your service. And I just wanted to take a second to make sure to honor them because they give me the freedom to make sneaker videos like this. I love this country. And with that, let's jump back into the review. Now this sneaker, like I said, light fusion red is the main colorway on the upper. Let me go ahead and get out the other one. And this sneaker is one that I don't think is going to be extremely popular just because not everybody's going to like the colorway, but I do think it is going to do really well. And we have here the laser orange laces already laced up in the sneaker. This one I went ahead and put on the light fusion red. So we'll go ahead and give you guys some looks at what each lace looks like, and then we'll talk about which one I think looks best in the sneaker. But we've got those two laced up. You do get a white set and a black set as well, which I guess that's the first thing that I'll talk about, which really surprised me about this sneaker is that they gave you 4 lace options. That's really rare to get with a Jordan 1. Typically you just get like 1 extra lace set, like the Hyper Royals and also the University Blues. On those sneakers, which I think were a lot nicer than this, you only got 1 extra lace option. This one you get 4, which is, I think the Travis Scott, it's one of the only ones that's gotten 5. So 4 is a lot of extra laces to have. They come standard with the white set DS, and then you've got black, laser orange, and light fusion red as the extra options. But this right here, guys, is one sneaker that I think is going to surprise a lot of people when they get it in hand because the quality is honestly A1. The leather here is what we like to see on Jordan 1s. It's that extra tumbled, really soft leather here on the toe box. I will say that the swoosh I think is a little bit over tumbled. It is like extra tumbled. So I think that looks a little bit extra, but overall the leather on these guys is nice and soft. Not the best ever, and it's probably honestly not the best quality leather, but it is what we like to see on Jordan 1s, which is that soft leather on the toe box. And then another interesting thing that they did on this one is the tongue. I'll have Nick zoom in on the tongue. They've got a nice gradient from light fusion red down to the laser orange, and that just looks really interesting. It looks like a sunset kind of. I think it looks pretty sick. It's definitely different. I've never seen this on a Jordan 1 tongue tag, so I think that's something that's nice to highlight. It's something that's different. The other thing I wanted to share with you guys is that the insole is actually light fusion red, which looks pretty cool. I'll loosen up the laces a little bit and we'll get a good look at what the insole looks like. You got a light fusion red with that Nike Air in laser orange. That's a nice touch. I wanted to make sure I highlighted that as well. But the quality on these is pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the overall construction. Not a lot of flaws that I see. I don't see any glue stains on this pair at all, which this pair I actually picked up from a local sneaker plug, Pat Moon. He sells a ton of sneakers here in Atlanta, big reseller, and so special shout out to Pat for hooking me up with this pair. He also sells the little baby, so that's pretty cool to get these from him. Make sure you follow him on Instagram. But yeah, so shout out to Pat. Thank you for these. And the next thing I wanted to talk about is the outsole. So they went with a black outsole on these, which I think is pretty interesting. Typically typically they would do a color that would match the upper, so it'd be like a light fusion red or maybe a laser orange. And so they went with black, which I think is pretty interesting. It definitely contrasts the shoe pretty heavily in my opinion, as well as the sock liner and then the Air Jordan Wings logo on the side. So those are the only really hits of black you have, besides the tongue tag as well is a background in black. So the black is few and far between on the upper, and I think that's one reason why I like the black laces in these. Hey guys, wanted to cut in real quick and tell you about today's video sponsor, which is Rejuvenator. Now inside this box I have Rejuvenator sneaker wipes, and what they are packets on the go. You can pull out a wipe. These are honestly perfect. As you saw, I just cleaned these up. It only took about 1 to 2 minutes, but you've got this dual-sided sneaker wipe, which is absolutely perfect for quick messes, little scuffs. I've been wearing these to work for the last week and I got them pretty dirty, as you saw. And so I wanted to just clean these up real quick so I could wear them out. The sneaker wipes are absolutely perfect. Rejuvenator's got a ton of new products on the website. Link is down in the description, as well as my code Yarbrough10. That will save you 10% off. And thank you again to Rejuvenator for sponsoring today's video. Now let's talk about the laces. Like I said, I've got the laser orange in the left sneaker and the light fusion red in the right sneaker. And these are two of the spare laces that come with the shoe. Now, I didn't think that I would really care for either one of these laces in the sneaker. I thought that maybe the light fusion red would look pretty good because it matches around the eyelets right here, which I do agree with. I think that is a pretty nice clean look to the Jordan 1. I think the colorway is a little bit bright for me, but I think this actually tones down the white tongue just a bit, and I like that it kind of adds more pink to the shoe. I'm not really sure where I'm going to rank the light fusion red just yet, but after we finish swapping through all these laces, I will give you my overall rankings of which laces I think look best and which ones I think look worst. So this one right here, I like it. Might not be my favorite, but I do like it. The laser orange I think looks pretty cool. The pop of extra orange or yellow right here on the tongue I think looks sick. It helps bring out these highlights right here of the laser orange on the swoosh and then also up around the ankle collar. I think this one, if I had to compare these two 1v1, I'm probably going with the laser orange. I think it just adds a lot more pop to the shoe, which obviously if you're wearing a pink and yellow pair of Jordan 1s, you want them to pop probably as much as possible. So I think for this one, I'm gonna go with the laser orange. Now that we've got the laces switched, we've got the white and the black. I'm really a fan of the black. I think the black goes the hardest, honestly. I think the black looks really, really good. Let's go ahead and do a side by side. So we've got the black here. I think this really ties in the rest of the black on the shoe. You've got the black sock liner, like I mentioned earlier. You've got the black on the tongue tag, black on the outsole, and then the black Jordan 1 Wings logo. I think the black laces tie it all in perfectly. I love the contrast. Typically, I would actually like, I think, the laces that match the tongue the most. And what I mean is that the laces right here match the tongue. Typically on a Jordan 1, I think that looks the best, but I actually like the contrast of the white with the black laces and the light fusion red or pink around the eyelets. I think this one is my favorite. Then we've got the white. Now this one I think is a really clean look. It's a lot more clean than the light fusion red or laser orange. You've got the all white laces in there. I think this is the cleanest looking option for sure. I think this one looks really, really nice. I just think this really goes well together with all the white leather paneling on the toe box and then on the lateral and medial side of the foot. This is like the summer look to me. This is like more, this is still like a summer vibe, but I think the black just tones down the colors a bit, whereas I think the white brings out the light fusion red and the laser orange. It makes them pop a lot more. You're not distracted by the laces. They just flow right into the tongue, and then you've got the bright pops of light fusion red and laser orange. This one looks really good too. I'm not hating on the white. If I had to rank them, I would probably say that black is number 1. Probably go, just for the pop, I'd probably go laser orange number 2, white number 3, and then the light fusion red as number 4. That would be my ranking 1, 2, 3, 4. What do you guys think? How would would you lace these up? Which color would you go with? Let me know down in the comment section below. These are really clean, guys. I don't think resale is going to be that bad because I don't think this colorway is going to be as popular as some of the ones we've seen earlier in the year. So I don't think resale is going to be too crazy, and hopefully you guys catch a W. I'm not going to be going for these. If anybody wants to send me a DM on Instagram, I'll go for your size and just let you cop for retail. So make sure you follow me on Instagram as well. Trying to get to 10K. But guys, again, this shoe releases on June 12th. It's loaded into the SNKRS app. Go and check out the pictures there as well. This is just a really clean colorway. I think Jordan, even though they're putting out more Jordan 1s honestly than I would like to see put out, I think they are putting out some pretty fire colorways this year. So shout out to Nike and Jordan Brand. And as always, guys, if you enjoyed today's video, please leave a like below, subscribe if you haven't already, and we're on to the next sneaker.